Hi, my name is Micah Siva. I'm a registered dietitian nutritionist, and I'll be guiding you through the connection between what you eat and how you feel. Today, we'll be covering how to read a nutrition label. Nutrition fact tables are a wealth of information if you know how to use them. The problem is that very few of us truly know what to look for. So let's walk through a label together. The first tip, don't let those fancy terms on the front of the label trick you. If you want to learn the facts, check the label. Here are my top 5 things to look for when reading a nutrition label. Number 1, check out that ingredient list. Ingredients are always listed from the highest amount by weight to the lowest. And look at those first 3 ingredients, watching out for sources of sugar that go by different names. And there's a lot of them. Number 2, look at the serving size. Now, this does not always reflect what we're actually going to eat. For example, ice cream is typically set at a half cup. So, if you will indeed measure and scoop out that half cup of ice cream or X amount of crackers, the nutrition fact tables will likely need an adjustment of the numbers. And we don't always eat the serving size listed. We might eat more or less, so keeping that in mind when we look at the numbers is key. The next thing to look for, number 3, is calories. Note that calories are simply the energy that the food provides, and it does not tell the full story. For example, my calorie needs will differ from yours. Some days we'll consume more, some days we'll consume less. Your calorie needs are unique, and what's more important than calories is the nutrients that you're going to be getting from that food. Number 4. After calories, it lists those nutrients. In general, nutrients we want less of include saturated fats, sodium, and added sugars. Whereas nutrients we want more of include fiber, vitamins, and minerals. Lastly, number 5 is that you will see a percentage on the right-hand side called DV, or daily value. All that you need to know is that less than 5% is a little, and more than 20% is a lot. We have packed a ton of information in this module, but I will leave you with one myth I'd like to bust. And that is that the myth of fresh is always best. You might have heard, only shop the perimeter or outside of the grocery store for the best quality foods. But is fresh always best? Fresh food is always a good choice, but it's not always the choice that makes sense for you and your family. Frozen fruits and vegetables are just as nutritious, sometimes more so, than their fresh counterparts, because they're picked only when perfectly ripe and frozen immediately to lock in flavor and nutrients. And canned beans are a great way to incorporate quick and inexpensive plant-based proteins into your diet. And your whole grains, they're found in the inner aisles of your grocery store. Fresh is great, but depending on the facilities, abilities, time, and budget, it might not be always within reach. With that said, I'll share my list of top 5 pantry staples to have on hand. Number 1, canned fish like salmon or sardines. Number 2, whole grain pasta. Number 3, a low sodium pasta sauce. 4 is low sodium tinned tomatoes. And lastly, number 5, my favorite, no salt added beans. I hope that these tips help inspire your next trip to the grocery store. Thank you so much for being here, and we'll see you again soon.